I have a question. How do you go from recommending a nail salon to a friend and almost losing that friend? Because that actually happened to me, and I'm really like trying to process it. Like, how does that even happen? First thing first. So I can't speak. I went with my best friend to get my nails done. I wanted these milky white nails. Yes, they look like veneers. And then I got my toes done too. And so I liked it. I wanted to get that. And my best friend got something different. And I just posted on my story and I said thank you to the salon that did it. And this friend, I'm gonna call her this friend, or I'm gonna call her girl. I'm not saying her name. I don't see why it's important to say her name. Okay. Now, this girl, she was like, how much? It's pretty, da da da. So I sent her a voice note just telling her all the OG lit stuff about this place. Girl, you should go there. It's located here. It's not far from here. Girl, you gonna like this place. Everybody's going there. They recently opened last year. They're doing great. They do the best nails. Da 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 da. And you don't have to go all the way to the capital to get your nails done. It's nearby. So like, I'm just trying to give her the tea. You know what I'm saying? I'm being a good friend. And recently just new fresh friends. We don't really go out. We don't really talk much. But, we're getting there. We were getting there. Anyway, she goes from saying, she messed it up when she said, okay, here we are. She messed it up for me when she said, it's a shop not by black. Now, what did you understand? I was like, hold on. And then I said, please explain to me. And then she stared at the message. She didn't say anything. Then I said, I'm going to ask you one more time, what exactly did you mean? So basically, I'm just trying to figure it out. Because like, how you say, is a shop not by black? What does that mean? Like, I'm trying to recommend something cool to you. And like, because, we've been talking about getting our nails done, whatever. And you just like. Then she said, what? I said, first, I didn't mean people at all. And then she put laughing emojis. So there I'm like, it's not funny. I'm trying to figure out. If you're not meaning people, then what are you talking about? Because first of all, I know she doesn't speak French. She speaks English. I speak English too. Now, shot by black. What does black people got to do with nails? Make it make sense. Then she just kept going, rambling, blah, blah, blah. So she said, you really have something wrong. I have something wrong because I understood is the shop not by black. I have a problem? Baby, you need to go back to school. And then she write, I say shop legal. No, you didn't. You say shop by black. Okay, anyway. And then she said, not black work. And I said that after I knew the price, because I pay $35 by black. Not legal. I don't go to shop at mall or place that has paper. It's really strange how you think. Baby didn't go write it properly. How is it strange how I think? You wrote is the shop not black. How, like, you go ask me if I'm their accountant or something. Like, how am I supposed to know that information? How am I gonna like make it make sense? It didn't make sense to me, and you're gonna like throw your sadness on me because I didn't understand what the hell you were trying to say. You can't even fix it. Anyway, she said what she said. She could have just kept it as, oh, I'm sorry. No, that's not what I meant. Da, 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 and keep it there. She just went with, it's strange how you think. I didn't answer because I'm making my son sleep. I don't have something against you. I'm not someone extreme with religion, nationality, or color. Do you think I'm kind of... What? Do you think I am kind of race? Oh my gosh, she wrote racist so bad. Or what? Yeah, okay. Those messages I didn't read because I just read where she was like popping at me. And I didn't get why you were popping at me. I asked you one more time, blah, 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 what I said earlier. And she said, what? I just read now all what you sent, what you have. You make a story from nowhere and your way is kind of threat. Next time, proofread your messages before sending it. The way you wrote it completely changed the meaning. And there was nothing funny about it. I asked because I wasn't going to ignore a comment that sounded like it was about Black people. Now that you've explained what you meant, we can leave it there. I was already done. I just wanted to know what I didn't understand, because you're saying it's not my Black. I understood. I'm telling you the nails, and you're talking about, is it? So I'm understanding, did a Black person do it? Are there Black people there? Black. What is Black doing in this instance? Like, that's how I understand it. I mean, I'm sorry you've never had a racist threat before. You don't know how it looked like. But I take it how I take it. Like, you can't tell me to calm down. I mean, you gotta fix how you said it. That's it. Anyway, I wrote that. She said, I didn't have to check what I write. So I'm editing. But mind you, I am trying to explain to you how I feel, okay? Because you said something that didn't sound easy to comprehend. And all I needed you was to do was to give me like the comprehension, okay? I needed to understand what the fuck you were saying, you know what I'm saying? So like, you could have just helped a shorty, but you didn't do all that. Talk about, I didn't need to, please. Now you just pissed me off. With friend. Okay, so with friends, you can't check how you write things. Okay, and then she said, because usually I never be disrespectful. Okay, usually, but sometimes you can. Okay, no friendship is perfect. And then after that, she says, usually, if you have doubts about my motive for something such big like this, it's better we stop here, because I don't have to explain or prove to someone. It's logic. So because you said it's a shot by Black, I'm supposed to understand you like that. That's crazy. Anyway, before I also jumped into conclusion, I sent screenshots to my husband. I try to see, babe, because, you know, my husband is white. So I'm like, baby, did I take it bad? Because I know I didn't take it bad. I'm just trying to, look, wait, I know I took it bad, but I'm like, before I sent her a message that's, yeah, I just want to know if you understand what I understood. And then he was like, he was comprehending, he was understanding the assignment. So I'm like, why is she taking it like that? Like, just say that you're wrong, and yeah, like, the hell. And then from there, I'm like, I never called you racist. I asked you to explain a sentence that didn't make sense to me. We were talking about nails, well, my nails, not race. Your wording didn't match what you meant. So I asked for clarification. Instead of simply saying I meant undeclared work, you made it personal. I'm allowed to have a question. Oh, my bad. I'm allowed to question a sentence that sounds completely different from what you intended. A misunderstanding isn't a reason to end a friendship. It could have been solved with one simple explanation. Because baby girl was already ready to leave. Okay. And then she said, no problem. And she left me like that all night. But before I just left it like that, I said, I keep smelling my fingers because I took a shower and I'm using this other soap, and this soap just smells so good. Anyway, so after she said no problem, I said, you said it's a shop not by Black. The English word for what this is undeclared work. Are you seriously going to get mad because I didn't understand what you wrote? So you just end friendships because of misunderstandings? Anyway, then this morning, Mrs. Ma'am decided to write something long. I honestly wanted to just avoid it, but I'm like, let's fix it, huh? From there, she's like, no problem. But anyway, put in your mind that I'll always respect people because it's what has to be in front. And it's, if there is misunderstood, you can ask by calm way, Bernice. I can ask by calm way. I wrote to you. I didn't send you a voice note. How calm do you want me to get? You want me to write you with dots? You want me to write you with drawings? Huh? Anyway. And then she wrote, me who texted you and asked you to go out until you come to my home, so sure I accept you and respect your even the different of mentality, which is normal. I'm gonna send you, y'all gonna read, because Anyway, she's just basically saying, yeah, I invite you to my crib, da da da. Well, I never joined because every time we try to make a rendezvous to go do something, she's always bailing. So, baby girl, hush. Okay, I always give you time, and I'm like, okay, I'm patient with people, but baby, you're not patient with me. You're gonna get mad. Shh. Anyway, I'm gonna put that on the screen because this writing is going to break my neck. And at the end of all that, she says something like, "We were just speaking about nails. We were speaking about nails until you said shop about not by black. How is that gonna help anything? Like, anyway, so we just went at each other sending voice notes, and I just decided to just send a voice note where I'm speaking because clearly she thought I was pissed. She said, she was just, I don't want to put her voice out here. I don't want you guys to hear her voice. But she thought I was mad. She thought I was taking it how I was taking it. She just thought I was yelling at her. And I was like, I'm not yelling. I was asking you a question. You couldn't even answer the damn question. So, and then she just sent me more. I just sent only one voice note. She sent me more, like so many. And from there, I'm like, okay. And then after that, she sent me anyways, what's done is done and it's clear now. So oh my gosh, her English really bugs me. Okay, anyway, what done is done and it's clear now, so we can change the subject. So you say all of that. I'm not allowed to have an opinion of anything you just said. And then you just want to end it there. And we just have to move on. And I'm just supposed to just be like, oh, hi, friend. How are you, friend? So after that, I wrote, friendship goes both ways. I acknowledge your attention, but I don't feel like you ever acknowledge why I was confused. Since we're ending the conversation without understanding each other's point of view, I genuinely wish you well. Take care. And she just put it like this on my message. So I'm clearly trying to understand. I understood what I understood. And all I needed you was to say what it was. Then when I understood, I said, okay, we can change the subject. She just kept going. So now you're making me mad now. And saying that do you not see how you wrote? And I even said the English word for this is undeclared work. You're going to talk about, is it shot by black? Am I not allowed to? So it's like, how does that happen? And then after that, this happens. Like, everybody's been telling me to choose my friends wisely. And I was telling myself, my entourage is cool. I mean, I don't have an issue with anybody. This is not even a big problem. It's just, it's like, how does that even happen? You're asking me things like, I do their tax papers and stuff. How am I supposed to know that? I'm not their accountant. Oh, my days. My mom calling me. I don't know, but I really didn't think the friendship was gonna end. I just met her freshly. I'm not taking anything to the heart. I barely care. But it's just strange. Because over here, my mom called and I called her. My mom called and I explained to her what's going on. And my mom was like, what kind of sentence is that? And I'm like, okay. Now, I told her, tell me how you would have said it in the English way. She said, undeclared work. I said, thank you. People speak English here. It's nice to know. Because how are you going to say shop not by black and expect me, the black one, to understand where you're coming from? You're mixing up two different languages. And the other language you don't speak. You don't speak French. Here in Belgium, I know they say travail en noir or travail en black. And travail means work. En means working in black or noir, and which means it's undeclared work. And I don't know if they say that in French, but I mean in France, but yeah. And so I don't know where she learned the sentence to say it to me, because all I know is, yeah, she speaks good English. She speaks very well. Oh my gosh, if you speak English with her, you will understand everything she's saying. Yeah, I understood. And I asked for clarification. I was trying to ask for clarification, but you didn't want to give me that either. But it's okay. It's fine. So yeah, this is just really weird. Never had this happen before. But yeah, it's content. Like they're saying nowadays they're saying it's just content. So I just, wanted to make content. I mean, you're not about to sit there and play the victim when you're the one who did the round sheet. I'm still open for new friends. I mean, I got friends, but I mean, I am still open. The door is still open. Yeah, it's just come as plenty as you guys wish. We are here for each other. But please articulate when you send messages, please. Huh? Because, like,